Hello, I guess I'm live. Welcome, everybody. This is the live stream. I gotta ping everyone, say I'm live. At everyone, I'm live. Excellent. Copy and paste the link. Excellent. Hey, how you doing? Goodness, I'm in the middle of moving, um, and also while I'm in the middle of moving, I'm also documenting 1,800 photos. And it's just been absolute hell to get through every single one of these, but I've got an organization system where we have the batches 1 through 6, and in those we have the dice numbers 4 through 20. And of those 4 through 20, there are 6 shots of 3 different exposures. So it's a lot of work, but it's work I need to do because it is a lot of money. And I'm going to make sure that they are well documented before I send them off. Anyway, let's dive into the questions, shall we? Live stream questions. Or do UBT first, because I actually hold UBT. Wow, that's really leveled off here. So immediately, I'm just looking at the short-term MR. It's totally fine, mostly because it's lateral mean inversion, where we've entered the condition. And do note that the condition's a bit swayed here because we have these clouds, so don't lean into it too hard. But essentially, the point is, mean is traveling up to meet price, and price is going sideways. In other words, even though this is a relatively fuzzy and inaccurate signal, the result is we have complete compression. And because we have complete compression, that means that we are more than welcome to resume trend in either direction. And since I'm a long-term holder, and I'm a long-term holder because this chart is just wonderful at all-time highs, I'm just going to continue holding. Like, you can't stop me. And if you really want to get specific, the daily is technically still trending. Because on the daily chart where you have low resolution, all these readings are consolidated, and those readings are lining up as good. So 4-hour chart, completely compressed. Daily chart, sitting directly on the trend line. That's a great chart, people. Like, actually getting your hands on UBT is super difficult for some reason. Like, you have to use a DEX exchange, which is just so annoying, especially with gas prices right now. Like, it's really not worth trading unless you plan on just holding a bunch of it. And I do not recommend doing that in crypto. So, ooh, the Dice Project. Nice. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Let me show you some of my favorites. Because I think it's a batch 5. Yeah. So you get some absolutely terrific colors in here. Like this bad boy. Oh my goodness. As soon as we sharpen these up and do a bit of editing, they look really nice. So I'm going to click on my pictures folder. Yeah, there we go. Exports. Yeah, so like with a bit of post-processing, you get them looking, okay, this is the one I did that was intentionally out of focus, just to test something. But I'm like, this here, oh my goodness. Would you do that? I would. Dead Shark, thanks for going live. We hope everyone is having an awesome stream. Yeah, dude. My pleasure. I'm repeatedly getting sidetracked into showing people pictures of the dice I make, but we're also talking about crypto, so good news. Next up, let's take a look at Algo. Thanks for the coins, by the way. Very nice of you. Algo, daily is trending. Trend pivot is at 3621. You've got about a 4% drawdown before we can actually consider a trade entry, but daily does look good. 4-hour chart, about the same. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so because this is maxing out, let's actually do a happy medium with 12 hours. Yeah, so story's the same. We are probably going to layer buys down. Yeah, why not 4%, and then just have a stop loss at around 8% to be generous. And you bet on trend continuation. But the note we need to make sure of here is that there's no overhead on the weekly, but we can't do that because the chart's too young. So kind of a risky trade in that regard, but worth looking at. Okay, next up. Let's take a look at TEL. Really hard chart to look at because daily's seen as long-term compression. 4-hour chart, yeah, I'm not interested because this is a very tapered downtrend, and yes, it is compressed, but we are defining volatility in such a large scale that we don't have a good metric. Let's look at more of my dice because holy moly, like look at this one. Make it a bit bigger for you. I made that. Look at this one. Like these are made with liver of sulfur, and then we use that to give it a patina. And that's how we get these interesting colors on silver. But look at this one. Oh my goodness. I have a cinema lens, so that's why you have such smooth bokeh in the background. It's great stuff. Pretty. Yeah, 120%. Totally agree. But the company I work for, they're going to tie every single die to an NFT. And people are going to be able to cash that out on a bonding curve and redeem their dice from their tokens. So that's a really big project I've been working on. And holy moly, do we have some beautiful dice. Like, look at this one. That's just beautiful. But I have like 100 photos I have to go back and redo because there are some that just aren't in focus, and it hurts my heart. But here we are. Next up, let's check out Ethereum. My pleasure. Before we do Ethereum, let's do Bitcoin because they are rather entangled. Okay. Daily chart. Daily chart has very little. Man, where do we even begin with this? Because daily is very noisy. The one thing that was two things catching my interest. One was this expansion here, which was bullish and immediately failed, followed by this expansion here, which is bearish, and it is failing in the sense that this MR condition is in fact laterally mean reverting. So kind of hard to say. 1 hour chart. Yeah, see, this is just incomplete mean reversion. It's seen compression. It's a slight bearish taper, so I don't know what to do with that. Oh, it's not a clean chart. Oh, hold on, I know what to do. We just hide that, and we get a line, and we choose an arbitrary point, and we connect it, and we say, this is definitely the support. Behold, have I given you the confirmation bias you were looking for? I hope not. Because it is often better to say, I have no idea what's going on, than just giving someone a half-assed or straight up wrong prediction. Because this is a noisy chart, and anyone who tells you otherwise I won't say anything harsh, but the problem is we're just so heavily influenced by equities despite being in an upward trend. And equities right now are not looking good on the macro time frames, as per Cat's analysis. Like Cat over here says, yeah, on the S&P 500 futures, we're actually seeing a daily rejection on the mean there. Because that's a bearish implication, and Bitcoin is essentially drawing the exact same pattern that we're seeing here, which is just the initial bump down, rejection from the middle, and then bearish. So pros: S&P 500 does nothing but go up on a long enough time frame. Bitcoin is heavily tied to the S&P 500. Cons: S&P 500 is currently bearish. So does that mean Bitcoin is bearish? Maybe. Oh, okay. What's next? Let's do FED. Quite the problem we've got going here. Wow, I looked at this like 3 months ago. We're seeing the active mean inversion on the 4 hour here. It does look like it's tapering off right now though, but we don't have the compression on our lower time frames yet to actually determine a direction from this compression. Okay, next up. Ethereum. Wow. Daily is fantastic. So daily is actually preserved in a very nice upward trend here. We're directly on top of the pivot. If Bitcoin were to go bullish here, Ethereum would skyrocket exponentially comparatively so. 4 hours completely neutral. 1 hour chart's completely neutral. Essentially, all you have going for you here is you're on a daily pivot and you're in an uptrend. So if you want to bet on that, go ahead. Looks good. But it is important to note if we do go down here, like down to like 6,300, very likely we will see longer term compression down to 4,000. Link. Compression on the daily, but not sufficient. 4 hour chart. I got nothing. 1 hour chart. I got nothing. Nope, no idea on link. Essentially, all I'm seeing is the daily is in a CLCP compression, and I'm assuming it's going to do that until it's fully compressed. Probably not that long, probably to like here, but just estimating. Next up, 2-day version of BLX. Is something specific you're looking for on here? See the interest in the Wave PM cross. Yeah, you're not really generating a pivot here on the daily or the 2-day. So other than the daily compression, I'm not quite seeing it. Of course, we can also just keep on going higher until it generates correctly, which it does here on the 4-day at 400. We'll manually define that. We'll manually define that as 400. Yeah. So we're defining that support at directly 33,000. I'm gonna do one more. Let's do XTZ. Very weird movement. Because we're actually seeing re-expansions here. Essentially, we were not fully compressed, and then we immediately saw a new impulse, which re-expanded compressing periods, which implies there's significant force behind the move. And you'll notice the largest volume candle on this entire chart is exactly where I said we saw the highest amount of force as determined by the 3D wave PM. So that checks out. So a lot of buying pressure right here to actually rocket this out of the mean inversion condition. And since then, we've been compressing nicely. The question is, can we still use this as support? Really, this is some pretty risky trend. Yeah. I don't have good metrics for you on how to successfully enter this. But the trend is nice, so if you are able to find a swing low, you can definitely go for it. And let's do H bar as the finale. I see what you're looking at, daily locks. Yeah, why not, dude? That's a fantastic profit ratio. Like you bet on what, like a 5% downside, and then you shoot for the 60% upside. Like, why not, right? Like if you're on the pivot, bet on the pivot. Okay, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Been a pleasure. I have to organize another 1,500 photos. Have a good one.